Fortnite Island is in big trouble. Meet the Traveler. This mysterious character is going to be our main villain in Chapter 7. And even though Fortnite are trying to keep this a mystery, I know exactly who this is. But before I revealed this Traveler, let's analyze this clip, which pretty much defines the entire Chapter 7. Now, the very first thing you notice is this Traveler is spying on the Chapter 7 island, which tells us that he or she is preparing for an attack. And if you notice on the screen, there are logos of the 7. But the ship looks like it belongs to the Lost Reality, and this Traveler literally has a cube inside of his helmet. Now, the reason for that is because this character used to be part of the 7, but he betrayed them all because he was one of the members of the Lost Reality all along. The main reason why I think this Traveler is who I think it is because of this clip right over here. Watch this.
Attention crew. The 7 have intercepted communications from Geno intended for Dr. Sloan. We believe the Imagined Order's weapon system will reach critical mass sooner than expected. If we don't stop it now, all life on the island will be destroyed. Leading the mission will be the finest mech captain in all reality. She'll be behind the controls. You and your team will be on weapons. The bridge is yours, Paradigm.
Now, this character right here is the Origin, one of the members of the 7. And despite being a very new member, he slowly became almost like a second leader after the Foundation, making a big decision like you just seen in this clip, where they're about to attack the Imagined Order's headquarters. Notice the way he stands right here when he's relaxed. He likes resting his arms behind his body. And look at how the Traveler stands as well. Also, I'm pretty sure you've noticed the cube inside of his helmet. Now, one thing a lot of people don't know about the Origin is that he used to be part of the Lost Reality. In fact, he used to be called Cube King. But if he was part of the Lost Reality, how did he manage to become one of the leaders of the 7? A very long time ago, the Origin used to be extremely powerful, just like the Cube Queen. In fact, there was a rumor going on that he was the one who actually created these cube technology for the Lost Reality. But the leaders of the Lost Reality was not happy with the Cube King because he wasn't as ruthless as they want him to be. So slowly the leaders decided to replace him with this another ruthless and very smart person. And who is this person? Watch this.
The time for games is over. Leave nothing behind.
This woman right here is the Cube Queen. Now, according to Origin, she replaced him and he left the Lost Reality. And since the Lost Reality is based in space and they travel around in spaceships, the only place the Origin can now go to is the Fortnite Island. So what does he do? He goes straight to the enemies of the Lost Reality and also an organization that was controlling Fortnite Island at the time, the Imagined Order. He goes to their leader, Dr. Sloan. If you don't know who IO is, watch this video.
We've run things successfully for thousands of years. We, the Imagined Order, facing crisis after crisis without a single failure.
Now, the reason why the Origin went to the Imagined Order was because he thought the IO would let him in because obviously he has a lot of intel on the Lost Reality. Basically, he wanted to join them. But unfortunately, that is not what happens. Rather than inviting him in, they grab him and throw him behind bars. And for some reason, despite willing to give intel on the Lost Reality, they interrogate and torture him, Maybe Dr. Sloan was not convinced that he was willing to help and he was just tricking them. The Origin actually ends up in the prison of the Imagine Order for years. Finally, one day he sees an opportunity and he escapes. Also, while he was in the prison, Seven got the news about the Cube King inside of the Imagine Order's prison. And as soon as the Seven heard the news about his escape, they went out and searched for him. And this was an intense moment in the history of Fortnite because both the Seven and the Imagine Order were out looking for this guy. And then they finally found him. It wasn't the Imagine Order, it was the Seven. You can see right over here the Seven offering his hand. Now this is very symbolic and a huge moment in the history of Fortnite because the Foundation is basically saying, Imagine Order may not want to accept you, but we will let you in. Another reason why this is a historical moment, because when the Cube Queen joined this group, they became the Seven. The Foundation, the Scientist, the Paradigm, the Visitor, the Imagine, the Order, and now a new member with a new name as well, the Origin. And we think he joined the Seven in Chapter 2 because in Chapter 1, when Seven tried to destroy the 0 point, we only noticed 6 rockets. Watch this. Now, slowly, the Origin becomes an important part of the Seven because he had a lot of information and knowledge from working with the Lost Reality, and also he was actually a very important member of the Lost Reality. Listen to this voice line where he says he's got a lot of experience.
Ah, you must be the Scientist's contractor. They call me the Origin, the Seven's field general and tactician. Do you know how I earned that job? By watching countless worlds end. And by my calculations, this one is next.
For some reason, he gets very obsessed with defeating the Imagine Order. And at the time, we all thought maybe because Origin was tortured by the Order for so many years, he just wants revenge. But we did not think much of it. But in Chapter 3, this battle between the Imagine Order and the Seven gets pretty intense. And it was actually Origin who finds out exactly what the IO were trying to do on the Chapter 3 island. Hey, watch this.
Generator is live. One more key. Activate the simulation. Everything in the loop. Gone. Just like that. I won't watch another world end. We're going to win this.
That's right, the Imagine Order, since they were struggling to fight against the Seven, they just decided to destroy everyone living on the Chapter 3 map and start all over again. So they built this giant collider in the middle of the map. So the Seven decide to bring back the mech. And again, Origin plays a huge part in this as well. Just before we attack this collider, this is the speech the Origin gives us. Listen to this.
Sloan. We believe the Imagine Order's weapon system will reach critical mass sooner than expected. If we don't stop it now, all life on the island will be destroyed. Leading the mission will be the finest mech captain in all reality. She'll be behind the controls. You and your team will be on weapons. The bridge is yours, Paradigm.
Detected. Hold on!
After entering the Imagine Order's base, they defeat Dr. Sloan and the IO is gone. The Origin and the Seven has done it. They have defeated the Imagine Order. Now, you might be wondering, everything the Origin has done so far is to help the Seven. How can he be a traitor? You see, before the part he got kidnapped by the Imagine Order, the whole story about the Cuba Queen replacing him, how he decided to leave the Lost lost reality was a story told by the Origin. We don't know for sure if it's true, because you see, the lost reality, the reason why they have not been able to capture the 0 point, because that's all they want the 0 point, is because of the Imagine Order. And they have been trying for hundreds of years. And remember, in this trailer that I played you, Dr. Sloan says the island has been attacked multiple times, but every time the IO has won. What if the Cube King was sent by the lost reality to join the Imagine Order and slowly destroy them from inside? That is the reason why he went straight to the IO when he arrived on the island. And since they did not accept him, he decided to join the 7 and defeat the IO. And that's exactly what he did. And his mission was done. And that is the reason why literally a season after the IO ended, the lost reality attacked the Fortnite island, and this time they win. Watch this.
Tell me you're getting somewhere. We've already lost so much of the island to that chrome.
That's not surprising given the sample's behavior. I've never seen such accelerated cytokinesis. Whoa! I'm starting to think this may be a problem.
Get out of here! That's an order!
This isn't how it ends. Suit integrity compromised. There has to be a way to fix this. Aligning to reality. 6, 5, 9.
That's right, one of Lost Reality's Agent Harold has kidnapped almost every member of the 7 except for Paradigm. And this was the very last time we saw the 7. And here we are in Chapter 7, and Fortnite hosts this teaser. See this character called the Traveler, who has the power of the cube, who is inside of the Lost Reality ship. You can tell by the design of the ship. And on the screens, you can see the 7's logo. So we think this is Origin, and the Origin either betrayed the 7 and was working with the Lost Reality all along, or he is possessed and corrupted like Daigo. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments your theory. Please use my code SMJM, like this video, and subscribe. Peace out.